What's up, my friends, and welcome to SANDCAST U. By now, you know the gist. This is the Collegiate Beach Volleyball podcast that centers around the 2025 season, and boy, do I have a good episode for you because the regular season has come and gone. I told you guys it was going to be fast and furious. Collegiate Beach Volleyball is a condensed schedule. It is boom, 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 and every single weekend we saw upsets. This was the most fun regular season, I think, in NCAA Beach Volleyball history. And what we're going to do today is we are going to put a bow on it. We are going to talk about it, wrap it all up, because we're heading into conference and national championships next. So let's get started. The first team I want to talk about is UCLA. UCLA had the strongest regular season overall. They went 29-4. And you may wonder, how did they end their regular season? Well, they won it over a win against their rivals. They won it over USC. On Thursday, it was a 3-2 win for them. The twos for UCLA, Perry Brennan and Natalie Miskowski, won 21-19, 21-19 against Kennedy Coakley and Ashley Pater. And what that did against the Trojans team is snap a 20-match win streak that Coakley and Pater were on. So that was a big win for UCLA's twos to snap that 20-match win streak. Courts 5 and 1 also won for the Bruins. The Bruins head into the MPSF Conference Championship. That's April 23rd through the 25th. That, in my opinion, is the strongest conference to play in right now. They're going to face Cal, Stanford, USC. Those are some of the top teams in that conference. And the Bruins will head into that tournament ranked number 1. All right, the next team I want to talk about is Cal. Cal finishes the regular season with a whole lot of success under their belts. They went 25-7, which is the second highest winning percentage in that MPSF conference. They have won 14 out of their last 15 duels, and they have swept 8 of those teams in that 15 duels. This is the best record that Cal has taken into postseason in program history. So talk about a surge here at the end of the season. That is all Cal, and they've got the momentum. The next team I want to talk about is TCU. TCU finishes the regular season 25-5. Their last tournament of the season was the Fight for the Fort, and they swept all 4 teams. Haley Hamlet and Maria Gonzalez both hit 100 wins this past weekend. And you may think, oh wow, TCU, that's awesome. You've got 2 girls on your team with over 100 wins. Well, no, there's 4 more. There are 6 players on TCU's team with over 100 career wins. Those are Daniela Alvarez, Tanya Moreno, Alanis Navas, and Anna Vergara. So that's 6 players on TCU's team with over 100 wins. If that doesn't speak volumes of the experience and the success of these grad students and seniors for TCU, I don't know what will. Now they have the experience, they have the success, and now it's going to be about, can they deliver when it counts at Gulf Shores? We will see and find out. Next team, let's talk about LMU. Number 4 Lions finished regular season unbeaten at home. So they went unbeaten throughout the entirety of the regular season. They had 10 top 10 wins this season. LMU has won 32 games in the regular season. That is a whole lot of games, and that ties a program record that was set in 2022. I was playing in 2022. I was a grad student. We played LMU in the quarterfinals, so I remember that LMU team really well. That's Megan Rice, Avery Popinga, Macy Gordon. That was a very successful LMU team. And this team for LMU tied their record of 32. That's how strong they are this year. They will play in the WCC conference conference tournament this weekend. And most likely, they're going to come out with an automatic bid. Knock on wood. I'm making a guess there. I'm making a prediction, but we will see. They usually come out of that tournament with an automatic bid, and that is April 24th through the 25th. All right, next up, let's talk about Texas. In the last tournament of the regular season, Texas won 3 and they lost 1. The team that they lost to was Cal Poly. Versus Cal Poly, 2 Texas pairs won. Madison Parmalee and Corinne of Texas defeated Quinn Perry and Lindsay Sparks at the 3s, and Ava Patton and Vivian Johnson defeated Cal Poly at the 5s. Texas finishes the regular season 24-9 with their biggest wins over FSU, LSU, Long Beach, Cal, ASU, and Grand Canyon. Now, I think Texas did a really good job at stacking their resume. They've got a glittery resume filled with a whole lot of ranked wins that I think gives them a extremely strong chance to make it to Gulf Shores with an at-large bid. So Texas did a good job at making their resume and making their case for Gulf Shores, and I think we're definitely going to see them there. And it's going to be fun to see what they do. I mean, they have been the dark horse all season long. They have been delivering upsets left and right. Stein Metzger has done a wonderful job with this program, and this is one of the major storylines going into Gulf Shores, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, the next team I want to talk about is Cal Poly. Cal Poly finished the season with a really nice 26-6 record. They had a strong month of April, so they've really been surging here at the end of the regular season. In April, they defeated UCLA, LMU, FSU, and Texas. And this past weekend, Todd Rogers notched his 200th win as a head coach. Todd Rogers is one of the most esteemed and established beach volleyball coaches in the country, and the 200 wins is just an incredible feat. So congratulations, Todd Rogers. Cal Poly's number 1 pair of Aaron Inskeep and Piper Furch finished the regular season very strong with a record of 24-6, and the number 2 pair of Izzy Martinez and Logan Walter are 25-7. So those 1s and 2 pairs for Cal Poly had a lot of success this season, and it's not an easy thing to do playing on the top 2 courts. The Big West Championships is what Cal Poly is headed to. That will be April 24th and 25th. Cal Poly is looking for their 4th conference title, and they will enter the Big West in first place with that first seed so far. All right, next up, let's talk about USC. USC finished the regular season 23-8. They finished the season with a 2-3 loss to UCLA. It was tight, but UCLA got the win there, and they're headed into the MPSF Conference Championship as well. Now, this is a team that has beaten and lost to all of the top teams in the country, and it is truly an even playing field, everyone's game. The thing that USC has as an advantage is that they know how to win at Gulf Shores. They have a winning culture at Gulf Shores, and time again, they know how to deliver in those big pressure situations, which is the national championship. However, it is a new personnel for USC, so it's going to be about, can the newcomers, the transfers, the freshmen, the younger players that are playing, can they adopt that winning culture in Gulf Shores, or can someone else take it this year? I don't know. We're going to find out, and I'm really excited about it. All right, next, let's talk about FSU. The young FSU team had a pretty tough final tournament of the regular season. They fell to USC, Stanford, Cal Poly, and Arizona State. They finished the season 23-10 overall. Top wins this season are LSU, USC, Long Beach, Cal, and Texas. So really good season for Florida State. It's a young team. It's a team that's building and growing, and they have created a nice resume heading into Gulf Shores with those top wins. Lastly, I want to talk about Stanford. Stanford ends the season Stanford ends the season 27-8. This is a Stanford team that has proven throughout the entirety of the season that they are in contention for a national championship, that they are playing for a national championship title. 2 weekends ago at the Center of Effort Challenge, they defeated Cal Poly, USC, FSU, and they fell to UCLA 2-3. So this is a Stanford team that's coming into the tournament hot, beating some of the top teams in the country, and they're most definitely in contention for the title. Stanford Beach Volleyball's 4 pair, watch out for them, Chloe Hoffman and freshman Logan Tusher, were the AVCA National Pair of the Week whenever they had the Center of Effort Challenge, because they had wins over UCLA, Cal Poly, USC, and Florida State. So watch out for that 4 pair for Stanford. I think top to bottom, Stanford is really deep and athletic this year, so watch out for Stanford in general. All right, you guys. That is it for this episode. I know it was fast and furious, but you know me. I could not be more excited for conference and for national championships, because the playing field is like this. It is even. It is going to be very tightly contested. It is just the most even playing field we have ever seen. So anything can happen at Gulf Shores. Will USC take it for the 5th in a row? Has Dane Blanton cracked the code and worked his magic again, putting together a championship team? Or will someone else actually take it this year? I don't know. And okay, I say actually because every single year everyone's like, oh, is someone going to do it this year? Is someone going to do it this year? Well, It's been all USC. We will see if someone else does it this year. But as you can tell, I'm very excited. I'm hyped up. And I will come back to you guys after conference championships to give you an update. And then I will be on the sideline for ESPN for the national championships. And I will do another podcast after that so we can break down who won. All right, you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much. And I will see you next time on SANDCAST U.